In a small, dusty town, lived a poor but honest man named Fred. He was known for his integrity and kind heart, despite facing countless hardships in life. Fred earned his living by selling vegetables from a tiny cart in the town. Every morning, Fred would set out with his cart, carefully arranging his produce to make it look as appealing as possible. His warm smile and genuine care for his customers made him a favorite among the townspeople, and they would often visit him, not just for his fresh vegetables, but for his uplifting spirit too. One day, as Fred was on his way to the market, he overheard a group of influential and dishonest merchants talking about their plans to exploit the poor and charge high prices for essential goods. They laughed, thinking no one would dare to stand up to them, for they held power and connections that shielded them from the consequences of their actions. Deeply troubled by what he had heard, Fred couldn't ignore the injustice that these merchants were planning. Despite his own poverty, he knew that the people in the town, especially those struggling to make ends meet, would suffer greatly from these price manipulations. With a heavy heart, Fred decided to take a stand. He knew the risk involved, but his honesty and compassion overpowered his fear. He went to the town square during the busiest hour of the day when many people gathered around his cart to make their purchases. "Dear friends," Fred began, his voice filled with sincerity, "I have overheard a plan by some merchants to raise the prices of essential goods, taking advantage of the poor. I know that many of you are already facing difficulties, and I cannot stand by and let this happen." The crowd listened intently as Fred revealed the merchants' intentions and how it would affect their lives. He urged them not to support such injustice and to stand united against exploitation. Despite the fear of retaliation, Fred's courage and honesty touched the hearts of the people. They saw the truth in his words and admired his bravery in speaking out. The news spread like wildfire through the town, and the dishonest merchants soon became aware of Fred's actions. They confronted him, threatening him with dire consequences if he did not recant his words. But Fred refused to back down from his principles. The town's honest and hardworking individuals rallied behind Fred, forming a united front against the corrupt merchants. Together, they decided to boycott their goods and seek justice for their unfair practices. The merchants, realizing the strength of the people's resolve, eventually backed down, fearing the loss of their customers and reputation. Fred's courageous act not only protected the town from unjust price hikes but also paved the way for a more united and fair community. The townspeople respected him even more for his selflessness and honesty. They knew that Fred was not just a seller of vegetables but a true symbol of integrity and courage. As time passed, Fred's business flourished, not just because of the quality of his produce but because people wanted to support an honest man who had stood up for them. Fred's cart became a symbol of hope and inspiration in the town, reminding everyone that even a poor man could be rich in integrity and that courage was not about the absence of fear but the triumph over it. And so, the story of Fred, the poor but honest man, continued to echo through the generations, teaching everyone that true wealth lies not in material possessions but in the courage to do what is right, no matter the cost. Thank you so much for watching my video. Stay blessed and happy.